Good evening. Welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Saturday, the 13th of June 26. And I'm looking very dark. Well, as long as you can still see me, that's all that matters right now. But yes, good evening to you all. I hope you're all well. And it's been probably about 10 days since the last live. But that's just because last Saturday I was out for a friend's birthday meal. I didn't get back home just till about after 8 o'clock. So that's why the live was on the Wednesday beforehand. So have you been keeping well for the past 10 days? Good evening. Firstly to Laura. Hope you are well. It's been a pleasant day here. Nice autumnal light breeze, but getting up to it's even. Been getting up for most of it. It's been a fairly decent day here as well. The sun's broken out a few times. The breeze has been hard, but when that sun comes out, you can feel the power of the sun. We're only just around about a week away to the summer solstice already, would you believe? And after that, the nights will start drawing in. But let's not think about that yet. We're still at the start of summer. Good evening to Audio Coffee. I hope you're well on this Saturday night. So yeah, it's not really too much going on. It's just the usual live. We'll go have a look at some of the charts for the coming week or so. Then we'll take a usual look at the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts, and head over to the US as well with the latest with the Storm Prediction Center and the National Hurricane Center as well. Good evening to our mod James. Hope you're all my friends. And good evening to one of my close friends as well, Chris Stokes. Hope you are well as well, if that makes sense. Cold and wet here today. Oh yes, I think there's been some like rain up in towards Scotland, some showers around, hasn't there? I think that's still more to come in the coming days, but there's some hints of turning a bit drier. But we shall see shortly. Bought my neighbour's baby daughter a paddling pool, and she can't use it because weather. Just typical British summer, really, isn't it? Good evening to all of them. Paul James. I hope you are well on this Saturday evening. Right, let's jump straight into it. Where do we go? Well, we had our one day of summer up here. Was that during the heat wave at the end of May, by any chance? I was well, thankfully. I was when I was away for that week. I think I've chosen the right week to have off. Because ever since then, it's just gone downhill ever since. Where do we go first tonight? Yes, and a small thunderstorm. Yeah. I can't forget that thunderstorm that me and the team saw, even though I was on holiday. The members of the team, the likes of Liz and Gordon, were about 10, 20 miles up to my north at the time. So yeah, look at some of the charts, especially the GFS. There's been some bit of discrepancies of what's going to happen into next week and beyond. I'll show you the stark contrast between the 12Z run from this lunchtime and this morning's run, the 6Z. Could be looking at big temperatures between the two, so let's have a look at them in just a moment. Let's go on to the facts charts from the Met Office and see what's going on for the next few days. That's not the right button to use. There we go. I want to share screen. Where's the one I'm after? There it is. Right, let's have a look at the fact charts from the good old Met. Let's get myself off the screen there. So let's enlarge that. There we go. So the latest facts charts from the Met Office from lunchtime today has an area of high pressure to our southwest. We've got low pressure up towards the northeast. We've got these shower bursts of rain for Scotland, as well our mods know right now. So plenty of showers, quite strong wind still for parts of northern England into Scotland. As we head through into tomorrow, still high pressure over the UK, ridging from Iceland and Greenland down across the UK. Should see less showers across parts of Scotland tomorrow. I think these should may stay off the coast of Scotland. So it's looking much drier, perhaps more sunnier. There will be a bit of a band of cloud coming through tomorrow, but either side of that, we're looking at some decent spells of sunshine. And in this June, sunshine as well. It will feel very pleasant in that sunshine. Going through into Monday, still under ridge of high pressure extending down from Greenland. We've got this trough coming into the southwest that could introduce some showers. Some of them could be on the heavy side with the risk of thunder. Heading through into Tuesday, this has got a weather front moving into the UK that will introduce perhaps more of a band across Scotland and Northern Ireland, and more perhaps showery towards the south. And heading into Wednesday, it's more of a northwest southeast split. We've got the high over the Med extending to the near continent, and perhaps keeping things drier towards the southeast. That high over Scotland has pushed its way back over towards Greenland. We've got this Greenland high here. We've got low pressure into the eastern Atlantic, and you've got high pressure through much of Europe as well. So we're in that bit of slice where there's more unsettled weather across more northwestern areas of the UK, but it's more dry towards the southeast. Having a look at the UKV. I'm going to change that to the 3 o'clock run because it can go further with that. Let's have a look at the precipitation for the next few days. So there's showers up towards Scotland. Eventually they'll start to weaken through, weaken overnight. Then perhaps a few showers perhaps affecting the eastern coasts. And we've got a thicker band of cloud. The odd spit or spot of rain can't be ruled out as that moves its way towards the south. But after that, we're looking dry across the board. Going into Monday, I'm going to have to scroll down a bit to kind of get clear this banner. No, I can't. So apparently the snacks can't be averted, and neither can that banner either. So yeah, there's going into the early hours on Monday, the signs of more shower rain coming towards the southwest. Moving through to, oh, that's not worked, has it? Been through to 9 o'clock. Got some showers affecting parts of the southwest of England into parts of South Wales. Maybe a few coming into Hampshire as well, to parts of the South Midlands. Let's bring this forward a little bit where I can get the charts back. So into midday, that continues to move its way northeastwards. And by 3 o'clock, that trough is sitting across into North Wales, through the West Midlands, into southern counties of England. As I mentioned earlier on, some of these could be on the heavy side with the odd rumble of thunder. Then into the evening, that continues to progress into the northeast, which seems to join forces with another band coming into western Scotland. So it will more form a boundary there, weather front. Still perhaps a few showers down towards the southeast going into Tuesday. Hence Tuesday itself, the risk of showers across much of the UK, perhaps away from eastern areas until late in the day. So that's up to 9 o'clock. Then going through into Wednesday, perhaps bit of showers going into parts of North Wales, into northern England as we head into Wednesday. But looking more drier towards the rest of the UK, the further southeast you are. Moving on to the temperatures. As mentioned, there's been some discrepancies about the temperatures. I'm going to look at these temperatures here and look at the contrast between what's shown between the lunchtime run on the left and the 6Z from this morning on the right. So we'll go through to today. We're looking temperatures from about 10, 11 up towards Scotland, down to about 20, 21, maybe 22 down towards the southeast of England. But what we're looking at is the threshold for a heatwave in the UK. And that threshold, I think I do have an image of the threshold for UK heatwave. So there we go. So for parts of the home countries into London area, looking at temperatures above 28 degrees, then that surrounding area through parts of the Midlands into Lincolnshire and East Anglia, we're looking at temperatures, 3 consecutive days of temperatures over 27 degrees. Then your next lighter shade is 26 and the rest of the UK will be 25 degrees. So let's have a look at these temperatures coming up for this week, because there seems to be a bit of uncertainty between each model at the moment, so there's still a lot to play for. So going into tomorrow, there's agreement there, temperatures up to about 20, 21 across southern areas through tomorrow. You've got that band of cloud through central areas, perhaps in northern England as well. But as the day goes on, that should break up a bit more as it moves through. And Monday comes, and again, quite a good agreement there. Temperatures into the low 20s across much of England and Wales, perhaps the higher teens up towards Scotland. Then into Tuesday, again, still agreement there, going into perhaps maybe 25, maybe 26 towards the southeast into Tuesday. As we go later in the week, this is where we start seeing the start of a bit of difference between the two computer model runs from today. The latest run has cooler conditions moving into northern England, into the Midlands, and just pushing that hot air back towards near continent, where we're looking at temperature to about maybe 24 degrees. But with this morning's run, much of the Midlands, eastern England to southeast England, with remaining temperatures into the mid-20s, perhaps peaking around about 26 degrees. And as we continue, we see more of a difference away from Thursday. We're looking quite a good agreement. But as we go into next weekend, the latest run has temperatures for Friday well into the mid to upper 20s. For much of England and Wales, even parts of northern Scotland could be up to 22, 23 degrees. So there's your heat wave again. James, I'm going to say James. I always keep getting used to confuse. Why can't you have completely separate names? But yes, with the one on the left with the latest run, temperatures wildly into the mid to upper 20s. But But with the one from this morning, keeps that heat just for southeastern areas, for parts of the Midlands, even as northern England, 14 degrees. And on the latest run has temperatures up to about 26, 27 degrees. But going into Saturday, quite an agreement there between the two for next Saturday. And this is where the models start to disagree once again. Temperatures again looking at around about the low to mid 20s on this morning's run on the right, on the left, as cooler conditions up towards northern England into Wales. But we'll start to see another big difference start to form. The one on the left has temperatures in the low 20s across the board, maybe up to 25, 26 across the south coast. But the one on the right, even for Ireland as well, has temperatures into the mid-20s and even perhaps down to 30, 31 towards the south coast. So already there's about 5 or 6 degree temperature difference for day 9. Then going to day 10, the latest run has temperatures into the mid-20s, but you can see the one from this morning has temperatures going into the mid-30s. So even by day 10, we're seeing like a 10 degree temperature difference. Even looking at the near continent there from this morning, we've got temperatures in nearby France up to 40, 41 degrees. At this stage, I think that's really overplaying that. But like we're seeing about 5 years ago, you can never discount it at this stage. Going into day 11, into Scotland, temperatures only about 12, 13, 14 degrees. Then you go into parts of northern England, through the Midlands, into southeast England. This has temperatures into the mid to high 20s with about 30, 31 possible. But with Wednesday's breakfast run, shall we call it, had temperatures widely into the 20s across the whole board. Even into the Midlands, we're looking around about 30, 31, maybe 32 degrees. And in parts of southeast England, we could be touching the 100 Fahrenheit, around about 36, 37, maybe 38 degrees. So again, in between these two model runs, the left one's still quite a hot run towards the southeast, but the exceptional heat shown on the one from this morning. So again, it's still an 8 degree temperature difference. Then even going into Thursday, the 25th, so we're talking 12 days away, you can see cool conditions have moved in across the UK, away from the far southeast of England on the latest run. The temperatures barely getting into double figures for Western Scotland. But this morning's run, temperatures are looking at about 21, 22 for Scotland. Again, that temperature difference through the Midlands, we're looking perhaps 18 degrees from the latest run. And on the previous run, we're looking at temperatures up to 31, maybe 32 degrees. So there's it's about 12, 13, 14 temperature degree difference there. In parts of the southeast on the latest run has a temperature up to about 28, 29, 30. And again, still keeps that severe heat towards the southeast up to about 37, maybe 38 degrees. Then run it through one more day. And then there's like agreement there where temperatures will start cooling down for day 13. So yeah, let's go back on the screen there. So quite a big temperature difference between the two latest model runs. Just going to see comments. Said temperature difference between the two model runs from this morning. We need to keep an eye on the next few days, see how that plays out. If it's going to start trending lower the coming model runs. Fans can keep that heat, thank you. Yeah. I think if their temperatures came off, I might even sleep at work in the chilled environment. Returning its descender. Oh, definitely. I hate heat, so I need to stay as cool as possible. Good evening to James Weather. How I haven't popped in for a while. Hope you're well. French, you're not listening. We don't want that heat. Well, that settles it. I need to do all my going out stuff on Monday. Well, yeah, I don't think too bad later in the week. Let's hope to see a non-extreme southern heat wave. You never know in this country these days, especially with the warming climate. That isn't the ECM, that was the GFS. And if there's going to be that much heat like this, it needs to bring some huge widespread thunderstorms. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Man, the pool's only over 50 degrees, like I've run a marathon in the bin bag. Bloody hell, audio. I've been looking at a potential plume events from Friday and Saturday. So let's have a look. Yes, to widespread thunderstorms, one that breaks most storm shield. Yeah, we need to have more than we've had over the last 3 years. Right, where do we go to next? Let's go over to our look at the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts, see what that's coming up with. Good evening to Amy Kumar. Anything above -5 and I'm dying. I think we need to move to the Arctic Circle, don't we? Right, the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts now. This was ran yesterday, so this is from the 15th of June through to the 22nd of June. We've got low pressure towards the west. We've got high pressure over Europe and up towards Greenland. So in this, we're in a bit of a south to southwesterly flow, which while we're going to try and get this bit of heat coming up from the near continent. So with this high pressure over Europe, we're actually bringing that southerly up, but occasionally we'll see a bit of southwesterly wind coming in with the weather fronts coming off the Atlantic. So looking into the following week, so June the 22nd through to June 29th, has high pressure over the UK, and that's set up. We're looking maybe a bit of a northeasterly flow with that, but then again, if winds will be light, it will feel very pleasant if there's plenty of sunshine around. Going through to the 29th of June to the 6th of July, there's no real clear signal there. There could be maybe a shallow area of low pressure across the UK. If that's the case, it could bring some instability, some showers around. Some could be thundery potentially, and it goes into July as well. That's set up. There's high pressure all around us, but there could be lower pressure around the UK, giving us perhaps a bit of unsettledness at times. They're going through to the end of July. We've got that high pressure from the Azores sending through the Med as well. So there's no clear signal there. Away from next week, the precipitation for the same charts. So for this coming week, the 15th of June to the 22nd of June, has it wetter to the northwest and drier towards the Midlands and southeast. So the classic northwest-southeast split. Going into the 22nd of June to the 29th, still keeps it wetter up towards the north of Scotland. Surprise, surprise. And drier towards the south. At the 29th of June through to the 6th of July, we're looking around average, so there could be some showers around what we've seen there with that perhaps slack over low pressure over the UK. Then we're looking average again for the 6th to the 13th of July. And the 13th of July has us slightly wetter than average across Ireland and into parts of southwest Scotland into northern England. And finally, the 20th of July keeps that same pattern as well, where it keeps it a bit wetter towards northern England. And finally, for the UK for this week, the 2-meter temperatures. Well, no surprise really with this warm flow. We're looking much hotter towards the southeast of the UK for the 15th of June towards the 22nd. The 22nd through to the 29th keeps us warmer than average. And the 29th of June through to the 6th of July has us around average to slightly above average. Cooler conditions over Ireland being shown there. And the 6th of July through to the 13th keeps us slightly above average. And 13th of July right to the 12th, 13th of July to the 20th of July, we're looking about average to slightly above, and for the same for the 20th of July through to the 27th. Right. Let's move on. Let's go over towards the US and have a look at the latest across the pond. There we go. So today we've got enhanced risk across parts of across portions of the Central Plains and the Lower Mississippi Valley. Sorry, the Lower Missouri Valley. Get your correct words out, will you? So the summary for today: scattered severe thunderstorms are likely today and tonight on parts of the Central and Southern Plains to the Lower Missouri and Middle Mississippi Valleys. Swaths of damaging wind gusts, large hail, and a few tornadoes are all possible. So in that enhanced area, we have nearly 6.5 million people, the likes of Kansas City, Tulsa, Wichita, Overland Park, and Springfield. In the slide, which has over 15 million people in, for the likes of Memphis, Oklahoma City, Omaha, St. Louis, and Lincoln. And in the marginal, which has a bit towards the Carolinas and the surrounding slide, has over 32.5 million people, the likes of Chicago, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Nashville, and Madison. So I know there's a few chases out already. I'm not sure if Ryan, yours is live right now. And other chasers as well. I shall take a look after the live. Going into tomorrow, there is a slight risk for eastern parts of the US, which will affect over 72 million people for the likes of New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Charlotte, and Washington, D.C. So the summary is scattered severe thunderstorms capable of damage and wind gusts are expected across the mid-Atlantic vicinity Sunday afternoon and evening. Additional strong to severe storms are expected across the upper Ohio Valley and lower Great Lakes area. So I know we've got the World Cup going on there, so I'm not sure if any of the stadiums are in these warning areas. If they are, if you're stopping up late to watch any of the matches over today or tomorrow, they could be delayed if there's any thunderstorm nearby. So just bear in mind in that if you want to stop up to watch one of the games. I know Scotland, I think, playing tomorrow night. I think it's tomorrow night they're playing. I think about 2-3 o'clock in the morning our time. Got into day 3. So that will be Monday. There's just a risk of shall we say, normal thunderstorms across the north and across the southern portions of America. Then going into day 4. Try that again. So into day 4, nothing's really expected, but there's already a 15% warning out for day 5. So what we know, some potential there for Wednesday and Thursday as well, as day 6 has a 15% warning up towards the northeast of the US, and nothing is yet for day 7 and 8. So let's go back to today with the enhanced warning. So the hail threat, there is about a 30% chance of hail. Let's bring that down a bit more. There is a 30% chance of hail in that red area. So I think that is for the likes of Kansas and Missouri. The wind possibility is quite a high percent, actually, 45% of strong winds there. So gusting over 50 knots within a 25-mile point. And slight risk of tornado there. We're looking at about 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of a point there. So, yep, look out for any storm chasers that's out there for today. And finally, going over to the National Hurricane Center. Get my tab. So we do actually have a watch for parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Do you hear that, Trump? Mexico. So we've got a 20% chance of formation there. So a broad area of low pressure just offshore of eastern Mexico is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Significant development is not anticipated for the low moves inland over eastern Mexico by early Sunday. The system could re-emerge over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico on Tuesday or Wednesday, while interacting with a frontal boundary, but conditions are expected to be only marginal, conducive for development. So for the next 48 hours is 10%, and for the next 7 days is 20%. And elsewhere, it's all quiet across the Atlantic. Heading over to the Pacific, we have a watch on this. So well southwest of the Baja California Peninsula, a trough of low pressure is producing a disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity well to the southwest of the Baja California Peninsula. Significant development of the system is not expected while it moves east to east-northeastward at 5 to 10 miles an hour during the next couple of days. And the formation chance of the next 48 hours and the next 7 days is just 10%. What's slightly unusual, normally this part of the world, anything that develops usually heads from east to west. So it's a bit unusual to see something going like in the opposite direction there and towards the northeast. But it's not looking likely that will develop into any storms. Yes, the Gulf of Mexico, you silly orange goose. As I call my walking What's-it. Going to take a while for the Atlantic to get going. Yeah. I think there's a lot of dry air as well, and obviously coming to El Nino as well. And during El Nino season, there's going to be a lot of wind shear as well, which can inhibit development of some storm systems, but we can still get them, especially we get into the warmer waters of especially the Gulf of Mexico as well. If everything can sneak through, well, because they sneak through the Gulf of Mexico, there's always that chance of a spin up around there. Yes, that's correct. Pacific has had 3 so far. They had 2 early part of last week. Well, this week just gone. Just go back up to your comments. Can't believe they had snow in the US. Can't remember which part, but for a moment I was jealous. Are you sure it was snow and not hail? Because I've seen some places have had a bit of accumulation of hail caused by some of these storms. We've had snow in June before. It's been quite a while, hasn't it, since we've had snow in June? The last time I was having the wild storms was July 2006 because afterwards the sky went a glorious orange colour. So our screen van stayed out throughout it with chimes. Yeah, you don't think you want to go out and get an ice cream when there's a severe thunderstorm around, do you? But what was it? COVID year 2020. That was a good year for storms. That was obviously a long time ago, wasn't it? 2020. Wouldn't mind some snow right now. You can always go into Iceland and go in the freezer if you want to see a bit of snow. I can actually pop to my local snow dome, ski centre. All right. I think it's. Blimey, I've gone through that quickly. I do apologise. Yeah, I've covered more or less everything I wants to cover tonight. So I think I'm just going to start winding it down. If you want to watch the World Cup, there is a game on now. We've got playing tonight. We've got Qatar against Switzerland, which is currently on the which channel, and you've got Brazil Morocco at 11. Hopefully I'll be asleep by then. All right. Oh, there it is. So, yep, I'm going to end the stream like that right now. So, yep, we're back next Saturday at 8 p.m. Thank you to our mods, Paul, James, and James, keeping an eye on things. Good evening to Anne Smith. I hope you're well. I made it, but yeah, it's fine. You can always watch back on the playback. Thank you, James and Paul James, and thank you all for watching. Obviously, if any storms do kick off, look out, or severe weather kicks off, look out for our posts on our Facebook page. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the evening, and I shall see you next week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.